Hello guys, how are you?
I'm Hardeep Singh. Welcome back to your own YouTube channel. IELTS updates and recent exams. For more updates related to recent IELTS exam writing test topics, listening, reading, practice test, and speaking, you got guesswork. Please, guys, participate in everyday listening and reading practice test to achieve your desired band score in your actual IELTS exam. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Press the bell icon for the upcoming notifications. Don't forget like, subscribe and share my YouTube channel and my Facebook page, IELTS updates and recent exams.
Part 1.
You will hear a conversation between a customer and a tour guide. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 10. Good morning. I've heard that you offer walking tours of the city.
Yes, we do. We have 4 walks. Did you have any particular one in mind?
Not really. Actually, I don't know anything about your tours. Could you...
Of course. Here's our leaflet. Let me take you through it. Our main walk is a comprehensive one of the city centre, lasting a whole afternoon. It is quite long, but takes you to all the main sites and a few lesser-known ones. As you can see, we take in the castle, the cathedral, the historic houses along the riverside, and the city gate. Halfway through, we stop at the oldest pub in the city, the Cat and Dog, for refreshments.
That looks very interesting. I see you have a walk that just takes in the castle.
Yes, it spends more time examining the castle and its history. The first tour I mentioned visits the castle briefly, but this one includes visits to all the exhibits there and a longer walk along the castle wall.
I heard something about... yes, there it is, the ghost walk in the evening.
Ah, yes. This is a very popular tour. You'll need to book ahead for this one. The tour starts here at 8 p.m. every evening except Mondays and finishes here at about 2 hours later.
Which places are visited on the walk?
Well, again, we take people to the castle and to the cathedral, but we don't go inside. At the cathedral, we see a few tombs and tell people some pretty grisly stories.
Is the walk suitable for children?
Not really. Actually, all 4 of our walks are really for adults, or at least older children.
And the 4th walk is...
Well, it follows the life and times of Robert Jones, the famous Victorian writer who was born here and lived here most of his life. We take people to see where he was born, educated and lived. This tour is popular with people interested in Victorian architecture, as much as with people interested in literature.
I see. Now, prices. They're not listed here in the brochure.
Prices depend on the season and the number of people you make a booking for.
We'd be interested in taking a tour sometime next week, midweek, and we are a small group of 6 people.
OK, there's a small discount for groups of 5 to 10 people. The full price for the City Sights tour is £10 per person. The castle tour is £7. The Ghost Walk is also £7 and the Robert Jones Walk is £8. The discount is 5% off the total fee.
Thank you.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions.
And what time do the tours start? You said the Ghost Walk starts at 8 p.m?
Yes, the City Sights one starts at 1 p.m. and finishes at 6 p.m. The castle tour starts at 9 a.m. and finishes at midday. The Robert Jones walk starts at 2 p.m. and finishes at 5 p.m.
The ghost walk is not on Mondays. How about the other walks?
The same. Our office is open on Mondays for booking walks, but there are no tours that day.
I see. Thank you very much. I see you have a website.
Yes, www.walknewtown.com. Walk Newtown is written as one word. It has up-to-date information, and you can also see the exact routes we take and the timings.
Sorry?
The timings. How long we spend at each location.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
That is the end of part 1.
You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Now turns to part 2.
You will hear a presentation on tips about managing money. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 20. Welcome, everyone. My name is Derek Palmer, and I'm here to give you some tips about managing your money. It is worth making a little effort to keep your financial affairs in good shape. Keep your money under control, and you can concentrate on the real business of studying and living here. Here are 2 basic tips for managing your finances. First, make full use of banking facilities. Once you have opened a bank account, you can ask the bank's financial advisors to help you decide how to manage your money. You can use your bank account to pay your regular bills, such as electricity, gas and telephone by direct debit or by standing order, on a regular basis. The financial advisors can help you to organize a budget account to pay regular bills, or help you to deal with any periods when you might need an overdraft facility. If you have a financial sponsor, make sure you find out from them exactly when the money will become available to you and how much there will be. You can also use checks to pay for goods and services. With banking becoming organized more and more on an international basis, you may also find that you can use the cash card you have in your own country to draw money from your home account while you are here. Cards carrying signs such as Cirrus or Maestro may have this facility. Ask your home bank about this before you leave to ensure that you bring the right cards with you. Second, deal with financial problems promptly. Monitor your account in the UK carefully and make sure you do not overdraw. Or, if you have arranged an overdraft, make sure you do not go over the amount you agreed with the bank. If you do run into any money problems, take the initiative and sort them out quickly. Do not risk going into debt or falling behind with your rent. Problems may arise. For example, if there is a sudden change in the political situation in your country, if there are unexpected delays in transferring your money, or if your personal circumstances change. For example, your accommodation arrangements, your marital status. In these situations, do not be tempted to borrow money. Instead, get advice from a reliable source. Start by meeting with the student counsellor at your college or university. He or she can tell you what to do about paying your tuition fees, and whether there are any college funds or charitable trusts that might be able to help you. If you are building up debts on credit cards or rent arrears, debt counselling may be available at your institution. If the problems are caused by political situations or changes in foreign exchange, ask your embassy for advice.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions
Let's turn to insurance. During your stay, there are 3 types of insurance that you might need. The first is personal property insurance, to cover your possessions against damage or theft. If possible, try to arrange this in your own country before you come to the UK. The second is medical insurance, to cover your medical bills. You may prefer to arrange this in advance. The third is motor insurance. You must have this if you want to drive a car or ride a motorcycle here. For each type, there are many different insurance policies available, so look around until you find one that meets your needs, including your budget. You will find a range of insurance companies listed in your local telephone directory, and your bank or building society may also be able to offer you an insurance policy. Many insurance companies have special policies for students. Ask the welfare advisor at your college or university for advice. Make sure that you understand all the conditions before you agree to a policy. When you are considering a particular policy, ask yourself some questions. What will be paid out to me when I make a claim? Some personal property insurance policies, for example, only pay you the second-hand value of your lost possessions. New for old policies will pay you the full cost of replacing the item, but they tend to be more expensive. Are there any conditions attached to the policy? Some medical insurance policies will not cover you for pre-existing medical conditions. That is, conditions you already have when you take out the policy. Some personal property policies may not cover your possessions if they are taken away from the place where they are normally kept. For example, if you take your CD player to a friend's house, are there any exceptions to the policy? For example, a medical insurance policy may not cover you if you play a dangerous sport. Now let's look at...
That is the end of part 2.
You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Now turns to part 3.
You will hear a conversation. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 27.
Hi, Tom. How are you? Have you been here long?
Hi, Jenny. I'm fine. I arrived yesterday on Sunday. How about you?
I got here last week on Wednesday. No, sorry, just a minute. What day is it today? Thursday, not Wednesday.
Why did you come so early? We don't have to be here until tomorrow. Couldn't wait to be free from your parents, I bet.
Very funny. I know I came a bit earlier than most people, but I wanted to move my things into my flat and take a look around the campus and the town. So, did you decide to take English literature in the end?
No, I changed my mind and decided on European history instead. At school you said you were going to take geography, right?
Yes, although I was also considering geology.
Sounds the same to me.
Well, I guess there are similarities, but they're not quite the same. What kind of information have you been given about your courses?
Well, not much. I've got my timetable and a basic reading list.
Yeah, me too. I've been given a list of books to start reading. I think there are 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, I've got a similar list. They're just books that provide the basics for the courses during the first year.
So, what's your timetable like? I get Wednesday and Friday afternoons off, but the rest of the days are fairly full.
Me too. Do your lectures and seminars start next week too?
Yes, I think everyone's do. This week is just orientation, isn't it?
That's what I gathered. My first class on Monday morning is, wait for it, modern British history. I'm looking forward to that. How about you?
Human geography, also on Monday morning.
It says here that the title of the first lecture is The Victorian Legacy. Sounds good. How about you?
I've got global population distribution. Intriguing. Where are you living?
I got a place in the halls of residence at Wish Lane Hall.
Wish, as in Make-A-Wish.
Funny name, eh?
I'm at Bridge Road halls of residence.
That's very close to the university campus, isn't it? My place is a bit further away.
Can you walk, or do you need to take a bus?
I can walk, but it takes about 30 minutes. There's a bus. I guess I'll walk if it's not a bad day, and take the bus if it's raining.
I'll think of you when I'm taking the 5-minute walk from my hall to the lecture theatre.
I'm sure you will. At least I've got somewhere to stay if I don't want to walk home.
Cheeky.
Is your hall near the main gate or the north gate?
The north gate.
Before you hear the rest of the discussion, you have some time to look at questions 28 to 30.
Hey, I'm on my way to the shops. Coming?
Sure. What are you going to buy? Food?
Well, I might pick up a few things, but I was really going to buy some notebooks for taking lecture notes, seminar notes, and some printer paper.
That's a good idea. I need a few binders to put my notes in.
That's a good idea. I'll get a couple too. Pencils? No, I've got a few.
Oh, some pens. I always seem to lose them. Well, you've been here the longest. Where do we go?
There's a shop here on campus near the main gate. There's a cafe next door, so we can stop there too if you like.
Great idea. I could do with a coffee and a cake.
That is the end of part 3.
You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Now turns to part 4.
You will hear a woman giving a lecture to a group of business students on subject of motivation at work. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40.
My lecture today is on motivation at work. If managers are to improve the running of their organisation, it's important for them to understand what motivates the workforce, to know how to satisfy both the high flyers and those who have lower ambitions or ability. First of all, let's look at the model of how motivation works. You will see that every member of the workforce has needs or expectations, and these needs and expectations will affect each person's behaviour. For example, they will work harder if they know that they will be rewarded. That is, if they can achieve their goals of higher pay or promotion. The achievement of these goals will, in turn, lead to job satisfaction. This then feeds back into the worker's needs or expectations. Over the years, the development of different theories of management and different approaches to organisation has affected the way we view motivation. In the 19th century, the writer Frederick Taylor put forward the theory that workers were only interested in making money. In contrast, in the early 20th century, researchers found that people went to work to satisfy a range of different needs, and not simply for financial reward. One need in particular was emphasized, the social need. An early study done on a coal mining company, for instance, showed that people generally were happier and worked more productively if they were able to work in teams. One important 20th century theory of motivation was that put forward by Maslow in 1943. Maslow identified 5 important needs which he placed in a triangle. At the bottom of the triangle he put what he called basic needs, good pay and pleasant working conditions. Then above the basic needs he put security needs, safe working conditions and job security. His third need he called social needs, the need to have friends, at work and get on with the boss. Fourth were status needs, a job title and social recognition. Finally, at the top of the triangle, Maslow identified the need for advancement, to have a challenging job with opportunities for promotion. His theory isn't perfect, but it's a convenient framework for viewing the different needs and expectations of work that people have, and what's more, I believe it's still valid today. During an early 21st century survey of full-time employees, when asked what gave them job satisfaction, 72% said having an inspirational leader. 55% of those questioned found satisfaction in the challenging nature of their work, 50% by being paid well, and 40% said flexible working hours. Consequently, we can see that this indicates that today an employee's opinion of the quality of the leadership in their workplace is an important factor influencing belief in the company as a good place to work. Motivation varies over a person's working life and also according to where they live. Studies show that people have different goals in different countries. For example, a good lifestyle would appear to be more important in Spain than it is in Sweden. Financial security is more important in the US than in the UK. Social contact at work is important to workers in both Germany and Australia, but not of top importance in Britain and Italy. As to high status, this is more important in the USA than to Europeans. These results indicate clear differences between countries, but I don't think they should be taken too seriously. There have been many theories which have attempted to explain the nature of motivation. These theories are partially true, and by and large all help to explain the behaviour of certain people at certain times. However, none really provides all the answers. The best a company can do is to provide people with the right environment to be self-motivated. If they are self-motivated, they will perform well.
That is the end of part 4.
You now have half a minute to check your answers.
So guys, don't forget like, subscribe and share my YouTube channel and my Facebook page, IELTS updates and recent exams. For more updates related to recent IELTS exam writing test topics, listening, reading, practice test and speaking, you cut guesswork. Please guys, participate in everyday new IELTS listening and reading practice tests to achieve your desired band score in your actual IELTS exam. For more IELTS material, visit my official website www.ieltsupdatesandrecentexams.com. The link is given below in the description. If you need PDF files of latest IELTS material, then please join my Telegram channel. So guys, please write your score below the comment section. Again, thanks for listening. God bless you all guys. Stay tuned, stay safe.